Hello everybody and welcome back to Railroad Tycoon 2. We are on scenario 6 in the campaign, out of 18 in the base game campaign. And it is crossing the Great Divide. This is along Canada basically. And this, I quite like this scenario actually, it's right up my street and you'll see why. We have a choice of three very different things actually. We have Manager Van Horn and 10% lower track building, 280 consolidation early and a 10% increase in engine speed, and 1 level improvement in credit rating and 10% faster station turnaround. The last one's just not really worth it. I really don't think improvements in credit ratings very rarely any good, to be honest, because you eventually build yourself up to a better credit rating. This is pretty good actually. In other scenarios, I'd probably go for this. It's 1868. We're not going to have amazing trains, I don't think. And then this one here, however, the 10% lower track building, we're going to be building a lot of track. I had a quick look at the map itself. We're going to need a lot of track. And Manager Van Horn, it turns out he actually also lowers your track building cost as well. So by another 10%, I think it is, or maybe 15 or something. So that is going to be massive, and that will really build up over time. So that's going to be our choice. Okay, so apparently we're going to have to lay about 6,000 miles of rail. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's 1867 and trouble is brewing in Canada. The country is tearing itself apart without a tangible representation of union. The Canadian Parliament wants to strengthen relationships between the other provinces by building a trans-Canadian railway. Save the country, and win a bronze medal, by connecting Halifax to Vancouver and hauling 6 loads between the two cities by the end of 1896. That is about 31 years away. Nice. And for a silver, drive your company's net worth above 20 million by 1896. For a gold, complete the railway with a company net worth of 50 million by the end of 1896. So the year doesn't change, but this is where I excel, and I tend to find I'm really good at going for net worth, company net worth, that is. So let's go ahead and do that. We already have a company. We don't have anything set up anywhere. Like we have no station. We can also build anywhere, and we can have separate networks if we want. This is a massive map, and to go over it is going to take so long. But there's Halifax. There's Vancouver. Very far apart. That's going to be our little way through Prince George, so we can actually get onto some flat land here. I was looking at starting spots. This is a pretty good area. You've got a lot of passengers, potentially. Sometimes there's industry here, but I'm not seeing much, to be honest. It definitely varies each time you load it up, doesn't it? Something I might go for is I'm liking over here Leaf Rapids and then Thompson. You've got a lot of logs here, and we can take them over here to produce lumber over there. So, oops. And like a stupid amount of it. Then we could take it all the way over here to Winsk, which has a port. Now, it's a very small place. However, look at this. They demand lumber, but they also produce passengers. So we can actually take some passengers back and really make a little bit of money. We could even put a station here if we want to take some iron and convert iron to steel if we really want to complicate it a little bit, but which isn't a bad thing. The only thing is, I think that would be a whole separate thing. If there's a couple of, there's some iron next to each other here. So you can see it's a map that's very much laid out for building company net worth, because you can buy a lot of buildings, and as long as those buildings are in some way productive, it's worth holding on to them. There's other places such as down here, you've got double port, which we could potentially utilize. There you go. That would be very easy. And then we could perhaps connect that up to, that's a bit short, maybe Toronto. Toronto's got so many passengers. It's massive. We could do Toronto to Montreal. Bit of an obvious one. We can also connect to the States, but we have to actually, this is where rights come in. For the first time, we're going to look at the territory screen. We obviously have rights in everywhere except the United States, which you have to buy the rights of, which we can't actually. So didn't realise that. I thought they would let us, to be honest, but never mind. But anyway, I am going to look around the map a bit more. Unless I can find something better, I might have a go and see if I can financially make that one work up here, up to Winsk, the lumber trade. Yeah, give me a moment. Okay, so I think I have made my decision. I've only had a very quick look around, but the more I think about it, the more this makes sense to go from I don't even know how to say this. Salt Stee. What does the Stee stand for? Marie. I'm just going to call this place Marie. And to Toronto. This makes the most sense because passengers are worth quite a bit. It's enough of a distance that, although we have to go kind of a bit of a long way around, it should be okay. We are playing solo, by the way. It's just us. Personal net worth is irrelevant, so cut that dividend out. Let's also issue some stock after we issue a bond. We'll do it anyway. We kind of have to. There we go. Right, we've got 1.4 mil. That should get us to where we need to go. We want to connect to both ports. I can see this place being quite useful, actually. We could even get logs up to here, like run tiny little servers or something. Wow, is there a steel mill around? We know there is over here. Montreal, but maybe. No, there's just not really, is there? Either way, let's go ahead and do this. Let's also make sure we're connected to everything along here. That looks... Ooh, actually, there's a bit of a hill there, as you can see. We might need to sort of go up and around a little bit. Just sort of trying to get an idea of... Okay, let's give this a go, shall we? This first station should always show you guys what we're going to do. So there we go. This connects to everything. Lots of passengers available. Lots of mail available. Oh, mail never fails. Oh, 4%. Do you know what? At the start, it's okay. If it's sort of like that, that's not so good. 2.5% is not amazing. That said, I think maybe this is not as good as I was hoping. 3.1, 3.5. That 3.1 so far, I think, is our best bet with a 2 there. That's not so bad. Come along here. Yeah, this looks quite good, actually. We've got kind of potentially 3.5 is what is... Nah, that's not... We're not doing that. Can we do this? 2 to 2. Yeah, that'll have to do. Okay. Train-wise, we actually have a pretty good train available. So yes, we have the 440 American C that struggles on grades, but the Iron Duke is actually pretty robust on grades, especially up to 2% is kind of like whatever, but it's not very reliable, but it is mighty fast. So we're going to go ahead and think about where we're going to go first. Actually, we will, in fact, do 2 passengers. We're going to give them everything we've got, get as much as we can. And over here, we shall go... Do you know what? Let's go dining cart passengers. There we go. Yes. Let's do this. All right. And now we wait. I hope that can get there in time. I may need to throw a little station up, actually. Okay, I'm going to put a second Duke in. I know they're going to cross paths, but that's okay. You can take, 3 passengers, because I don't think you need that many. And then we'll sort that out when you get there. Lovely. Right. We might as well. We've got this route going. Okay, looks like we've also got the 440 8-wheeler available too. This will be really good, actually, in very short distances along flat land. So, looking at kind of around here, really. Especially with Leaf Rapids. If we can have a... Oh, I can't even... We should let you speculate over the stations, would be nice. But yeah, we want a large station here. We might be able to get a little straight line going up to here. To the lumber mill. That's going to be massively profitable. And then take all the lumber to here. We'll be able to buy the port. And we can put that on the books as well. There we go. I'm glad you got through first, because you've got... more valuable cargo. Okay, away you go. Yeah, they are quite fast, the Iron Dukes. And there we go. Toronto Zephyr. Is there a limit to... Okay, so there is a limit to how many things you can put. What should I call this one? Struggling for a name on this. I really am. Deffy's Delight. There we go. Perfect. Lovely. Right, we've just about got some income in time. I mean, not that it matters, but right now, but this does help. Water and standing tower here. You're going to need that. Do you have... you have got so much. In fact, it might be better off... going with mail. Do you even demand... Did you demand some mail? The problem is the trains aren't quite fast enough to really sort of get there. I do question whether or not the dining cart's really necessary as well, now that I'm thinking about it. So I might do that from now on. It's fine this way, I reckon. From Toronto, we'll do that. Yeah, best keep the train a bit shorter. There we go. Lovely, right. From here, it might be worth looking at connecting to Montreal, even though it's a bit close, or Quebec. So a bit further, but not stupidly hilly. The only problem here as well is hills. Yes, hills. I don't like them. We don't like them at all, do we now? 3%, 2% gradient. Is there a good place to actually place a station here? Because it looks a bit... a medium station, but a large one. I'm not seeing a good spot. Oh yeah, no, that's not our territory. Although, hang on. Wow, you never really know what seed you're going to get with this, do you? Could do this. Just to get the extra houses up here. I don't know if that would work. Maybe just about, actually. Could work. Either way, I kind of want to get this going as well. And this is going to be quite cheap to put in. One large station, probably one medium station. I'm glad, you know, we'll let them carry on going on while we're doing this. We are going to need... No, we're going to need a large station here. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want a large station. There it is. Because we need to connect to these houses so that we can have passengers come back here. So, it is necessary. Can we? We can't issue a bond, damn it. Oh well. It is what it is then. We'll have to wait another cycle, I suppose. Slow start. Maybe this was not the right way to go. So I have had to build a roundhouse here in Toronto. Just whilst, you know, because they are running low in oil. Well, they're about just under halfway, so one might actually run out, which is a little bit because they do not perform well without some maintenance. Okay, that's really good. Okay, marvellous. Can we for 400k? No, we can't. We can't. We'll have to wait yet another one. Gosh. Just wish I could take out some debt. Surely my... Yeah, there we go. We can issue... Right, fine. That's absolutely fine. I'd love to repay that 14% and reissue it. I could repay it then, but I don't know if that's going to have the effect I want it to have. Yeah, it is. Okay, fantastic. I just feel a little bit more comfortable only paying 100,000 a year. Would be. Only 100,000. I want this actually connected. Oh, I can't unless it's like this. Oh, that's good. I connect to everything. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do this. Thank you. Okay. And then this over here. I'd love to be able to... we need to actually, if anything, build the rail first. Yeah, there's a little hill there, isn't there? 2% gradient. Okay, let's just explore this. It's okay along here. Hang on. There. It's fine like that. If we face this the other way, do we still capture everything? It looks like we do. Yeah? Looks like we do. So from here... surely we can do this, no? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's downhill. Coming back, that's going to be nothing. Perfect. That's absolutely fine. 1.5% it's got to contend with. Just get an idea of the gradients. 2%. We'll throw in a one of these. Slightly better. Slightly more reliable. We're going to have so many logs to throw at them. I think we'll be okay, so... Oh, we're not connected. Oh, it doesn't actually matter though, does it? Whatever. It doesn't actually matter. The main thing is we capture that, essentially. So let's go ahead, start this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reduce breakdowns. Done. Right. Don't care about the financials at the moment. Let's just keep going. Okay, let's try and have these two able to pass each other. There we go. Lovely, so it's a little less interrupted. Good. We've still got over 200k, and we're also going to have a few 100k more come in. What's my... You know what, we can issue another bond, but I think I'm going to need... This is going to cost quite a bit, this project, because we're going to have one bridge here. 2 bridges, actually, we've got to pay for, and they cost... If we're going to use a stone bridge, which I am, on a... Oh, so gross. God, even with the reduced... Let me just double check that manager he is, who I think he is. Yeah, 15% cheaper track building, mountainous track building, so maybe I should be building more on gradients, actually. That's what mountainous track building is. I always used to think it was mountainous as in the amount of track building. For years, for like 20 years, I swear I used to think that's what it was. But no, it means, I think it means building on, yeah, very high gradients, as it were, because that usually costs more. There we go, we're out of oil, so you're going to see this rocket up, the breakdown chance, 15%. This train is not reliable anyway. But to treble it like that, it won't perform any differently. Unless, of course, it's broken down, then it will perform very differently. But still. Ugh. Not nice. Still, this is a lovely profitable service we've got going here. So, once you're in, I think we'll be okay. Because I've got it here. Yeah, and you both went back and forth. You could do 3 trips, as it were, each. That's nice. The mail arriving in good time there. Oh, so good. Good. Right. And then you're going to arrive? Okay. Can I make this connection on 1.1 million? That's all I need. Okay, this hill is absolutely disgusting for starters. Although it's just one way. That's probably the sweet spot. Or this, actually. Yeah, this is. I wish I could see the... Yeah, no, that is. Nothing goes above 3 there. 100... 300, there's 400k. We'll round that up to 600. 800. 900k. The station, I think we can get away with a small station. Yeah, like, not really surprised about that. I think we'll issue a bond. And we'll see if we can just about make this on a single track. And then, this is lovely and flat, isn't it? Yeah, this is lovely and flat. Let's leave this here for now. I think we are going to go with the... Yeah, there. Yeah, that's it. 200k to spare. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, let's let you get away first. Oh, I haven't actually sort of put anything in here. Sand in water. I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, lovely. Right, you're all set. I don't think I built anything infrastructure-wise, so just as well we did that because you must be getting low in both, potentially. We are just short of getting a bloody train, though. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, we could have a whole train going here. That's painful. Right, I think we've just about got enough here. No! It depends what train we buy, actually. Surely we may only need... The acceleration is... It's relatively flat, isn't it? So to save on costs, because this does actually kind of add up. We don't have enough money. Oh, so we don't. Well, scratch that. Hang on. There we go. Right, lovely. Let's do this now. So from Thompson, you're going to just take lumber. And then from Winsk, you're just going to take a couple of passengers. Done. That's it. And this will be very profitable, this lumber mill. If anything, it would be nice if we had multiple lumber mills, because they would all be profitable. So that's quite good. And when it comes to production and such, with a lot of things, let's say we owned this steel mill over here. If we were putting all this stuff into it, we'd probably still make a profit even if we weren't moving anything out. If we way oversupplied it, then it would still be profitable. So that's kind of the way, and the same thing kind of applies to ports, I assume. Although I imagine the mechanics get a bit odd when there's multiple things going on here. However, the fact that it produces 3 and then also demands something, this should be perfectly fine. We should get some money for that once we buy it. Of course, I'm just looking to get my infrastructure going at the moment. Let's have a quick look at how we're doing though. That's fine. Revenue is alright, profit, whatever. Net worth, who cares? I have not, speaking of net worth, issued any stock in a while. A long time actually. That might have got me this train earlier. And we're definitely going to have to make a second or third even. One of these, I reckon. Yeah. Boom times ahead. Boom. Probably do want 3 trains actually. Am I going to double up on the tracks? I might have to down the line. You two are still doing okay. I still don't think they're blocking each other yet. That's the second time we've had no mail. Oh, this is such a good one. Right, the 240 Vulcan. This thing is pennies. It costs nothing to run. And it can handle, I didn't realize it could handle a half decent little gradient. This is perfect to supply things, especially if something's really, really close. You know, if it's like barely, if it's in the same damn town, it's exactly what you're looking for. So we've got logs here, we've got paper there. Not the best example because there's a bloody bridge, we'd need a bridge in between. But that's the sort of thing I'm on about. Here you go, logs to lumber. Boom, something like that sort of thing. So that kind of makes this scenario quite a bit easier in terms of justifying infrastructure purchases, I would say. Of course, you could just hold on to the cash, but I don't know, if there's cash there, I'll find ways to use it, so. But I find that to be quite a good way to do it. How are you doing? Yeah. It would be nice if we could find somewhere to take the pulpwood, if there's a paper mill anywhere. How long does pulpwood last? Out of interest. Can I have a little look at that? That's the sort of thing that... yeah. It does last a long time, so we can take it a long distance, so that might be worth also considering. But I think I also need one more of these trains, so I'm going to do that now. Yep. There we go, very nice. Something I should also do is make sure that these trains, are set to full capacity, so they're not doing an empty trip at any point. That's fine too there. So this produces 3 per year passengers. We also get at least another 1 full one, courtesy of the 2 little houses here. So that works out quite nicely. But they are going, and this is going to make a nice bit of money actually. Of course that will go down in time, but it's an unspecified amount. I think they demand, no, it's about 7 then? Probably about 3 or 4 a year then. Okay, you're out of water at the very last hurdle as well, so let's go ahead and give you a full refresh at the end here. And you're in customs as well. Right, yeah, of course we're going to need a customs, aren't we? Who am I kidding? 5 frickin' things of lumber there. So if you build the customs house, you get a 50% reduction in customs times. So that will help. And as you can see, it does go on for quite a bit if you have a full load, but that is really nice. Really, really nice. Revenue is up. Oh, I love that. Don't know why there's no water. We have the water tower there. I think once it's just out, there we go. Should be fine. Lovely. And then we get a bit of money back, even when we come back through. So that's quite nice. Let's go ahead and actually build a little bit of this. And then Are we going to do the glitch? Didn't work. Didn't work that time. Oh no, it worked. Oh, I'm a cheater. We'll just do it for that one. I just wanted to make sure it did work, to be honest. Oh dear, I am a bit of a jammy one, aren't I? Lovely, right, you're almost there. Oh. Of course. Well, let's just wait a bit until you've at least crossed the bridge. Then we'll put in our third service over here. How are you guys doing? You're still... yeah, perfect. This is everything we're looking for. Okay, we are now at 1873. I accidentally doubled up that track. I swear it was a total accident. I swear. Right, 900k. That is rather good, and bonds are pennies right now. So we're going to go ahead and... I say pennies, that's not that, you know. Ain't that crazy, but it's totally worth downsizing a little bit. I did repay something, but really it's probably worth having the cash right now. Oh yeah, we've got about 1.3 to play with, so it's now time for the next leg of expansion for sure, especially if debt's going to be cheap, because we can easily grow into that debt. That is good. It might actually be well worth the purchase of property like that for a whopping 35,000, and it's probably also worth considering that, I reckon. This is just for... yeah, I don't think that's worth doing anything, to be honest. I don't think anything here is. Would much rather go down the industry route this playthrough, this scenario. I mean, this is what it's designed for. We do... oh, I don't know, I've not really looked along here, to be honest. Okay, so I think I've found our next leg of expansion, and that is going to be over here in Uranium City. We're going to utilise one of those Vulcans. Live long and prosper, they say. And we've got two cattle next to each other here. Swing them along here to Uranium City. They can get processed into food, and the food we can take down to Leaf Rapids. Or, alternatively, we could take them down to Edmonton and perhaps get some grain back. That's not a bad idea, however, it is a bit hilly. In between. No, it's not. What am I talking about? It's perfectly fine. Yeah, we can take some grain. We'll be taking grain back here, won't we? I think I'd rather take them over there, probably, even though we'd make more money taking them here, but really we're just doing it for the industry, aren't we? So let's go ahead and, I guess, put this up here. There we go. Marvellous. We want to single track this. Look at this, look at this. Let's actually see if we can save a touch of money on the track. Station building costs are higher, by the way, because of this manager, just so you know. Yeah, we'll build it here, because then we can still build a large station if we want the milk. If we need the milk. Still could bring stuff back here. Yeah, this looks very nice. Okay. 2.1% gradient there. That would be very pricey. I haven't even taken out a loan yet, by the way. Oops, no. There we go. That is more or less it, I think. Let's go ahead and start supplying cattle over here. We'll go 4 at a time. Can you do 2 trips a year? You're quite slow. But I think you should be fine. What's the reliability like of this thing? Below average. Okay, well, with that in mind then, let's not mess about. But there you go. Tiny thing, but it is very cheap to run. And as long as whatever you run makes money on it, you're pretty good. And then really you're making your money from your industry here. And that is essentially the plan, as you can obviously see. We could, maybe we just take it down further. That's what I'm thinking, you see, maybe. I don't know. But there we go. Easy. Let's also add in a sanding tower and water tower here. So we've got the basics that we absolutely need to keep this functional. There we go. It's all starting to come in now. It's all getting there. Once you've started moving away. See, we could just have this train go on its own without the caboose. I'm just obsessed with using them, to be honest. That's my problem. We'll go for the cheaper train here. Those Iron Dukes add up. I remember being screwed over on the UK map actually by them. Leaf Rapids does produce cattle as well. We're gonna go. We're not gonna overdo it. We'll do it like this. There we go. Lovely. Go for 3 at a time. So there's always some available. Lovely. Right, and away you go. So it's still going to be a very profitable train. It's relatively flat, although it is 2% gradient here, 2.1. Let's see how it tackles it at 4 speed, please. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, very good. 8 trains now running. Still no closer to having some sort of network in between. I'm probably going to run that entirely independently. I really should be thinking about that, but I want to have a sort of cash machine going first. We've still got over 20 years to go. And let's actually start thinking about, hang on, who's got no water? Oh, okay, you were getting home, that's fine. The Thompson Rockets. Who? I don't know, who's Thompson? Right. Yeah. You won't meet actually, you'll be fine. Okay, very good. Everything looks okay. It's when stuff breaks down that you kind of have to sort of pause the entire network. But generally speaking here, we're looking okay. Oh wow, you've already... Oh no, you just filled up in cattle on time. So maybe actually, going forward, we just do 3 at a time. There we go. Ah. That's fine though. Eventually they won't meet every time. You don't know, maybe a roundhouse is a good idea actually. Canadian Pacific stock has split again. I think I also need to... What is our sort of profit actually? 800,000. Pretty good. Issue some stock. Rates have gone up slightly, so if we want to expand, now is probably the time to sort of take out a last batch of debt, because it could be a number of years before we have really cheap debt and can easily profit from it. That's kind of cool, copper mine up here. See, sometimes you can get some stupidly long networks going and then they can be extremely profitable, and that's it. That's kind of what we want to start trying to build up to. Okay, so I think it's time we expand our horizons, and I would like to make these very profitable. As you see, they produce quite a bit of pulpwood. We've even got a 5th one going here. So Leaf Rapids has a lot of logging camps and a lot of pulpwood. And I want to see if I can maybe take that all the way down here to Dulwich, I think, or Duluth. I'm going to say Duluth. And yeah, then we've got paper there. The paper then could be taken to Thunder Bay for a sale as well, which is quite good. And then perhaps from there we can take some passengers up to, maybe we build an additional station around Thompson, but maybe not actually there though. I don't know, we'll see, because I don't really want a full empty trip back. That's the problem, it's that return journey. But we do have a fair bit of, quite a few logs available here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a station here. It's going to be its own separate service, so it doesn't interfere. And we are probably going to, for now, make one that goes through Thompson, I reckon. Let's just sort of get an idea of sort of what we're looking at. So we face it this way. That hits every single camp. As in every single house. So we can take passengers up here again. So we'll do that. Really hope this works. Let's actually... we're going to be judged on our balance sheet here. So let's take out another 1 million. Here we go. Yes. Might need to make this a double, to be honest with you. Pricey, but I think it's worth it. And again, we could go down and around, but I'm not going to do that. We've actually got logs. Oh, I've got a log cabin there as well. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna single track this little bit. By the way, it turns out, over here, they still function as single bridges. I saw them go through the middle of it, as if it was a single track. So actually, it's not really a bug at all. So sorry to get your hopes up, but nope, you've got to play it honestly. We're going to have to sort of go in here, just have a look at train speed. Looks fine, 2.5. Yeah, I'm fine with this. That could be like a stop-off point. And then over here, hello. There we go. Oh, we can't. How dare you break my heart like that? Okay. It's America. How did I not frickin' clock that? Very disappointed in myself. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do is, yeah, we'll connect it to Thunder Bay. Still worth doing. And we can work this out. We can totally work this out. As long as we're connected to it, which is marvellous, as you can see we quite clearly are. You don't demand paper, but you do demand passengers. That will be a separate entity then, and maybe we take that round here, assuming. Yep, that will work. Gradient's not amazing, but it's certainly good enough. You certainly demand paper. And that will actually help with making you a profitable and worthwhile purchase too. So, unfortunately, I would need more debt. Oh, that's okay. Can I issue some stock? No. I'm going to issue one more bond. And we're going to go with... I feel like this is all we need. Let's... So I need to make sure we go for the junction. Down to Thunder Bay. So here you're going to take 205. And then from that point, I don't know. If I'm being honest with you. 1, 2, 3, 4 houses here in total. Canadian government approves Trans-Canadian Railway. Okay, that's good news. Sorry, I kind of just took a moment for that to settle in. I really don't know where to go. No, we're going back to Thompson. Sorry, that was the plan, wasn't it? Yeah, lovely. So we'll take... We don't need any paper, but we can take a couple of passengers back. We'll do. Lovely. Yeah. So these produce, between them, 5 a year. So we need a once-a-year service, essentially. So it might just be 2 trains in the end, but we'll see. Alright, I think it's time to start investing in some local infrastructure as well. So we're going to go ahead and pick up that packing plant there. I think we can probably buy these cattle yards as well. That would be quite nice, actually. So, in the way of each other, are we? That's a shame. I was going to say I would put you on priority, but I also don't want to disrupt the log run here, which has been going rather well. It still only says mediocre though. It's why I feel like you've got to satisfy every single need, I suppose. So maybe we take some iron, put them in there, and then we've got some steel, I guess, and then we take the steel down to Armstrong. That produces goods, but you don't demand goods to my knowledge, unless it's... No, that is the lot. And the goods, we then take them down to Thunder Bay, maybe? I don't know. I've made this connection as well here, by the way. So that's done. Lovely, right, I'm glad you're finished. So what we can actually do here, economy cooling, that's fine. We're making enough cash ourselves. We're going to go for an Iron Duke here. And we're going to run it from Thunder Bay to Marie. And we're going to go passenger, mail, couple of paper, and it's got to be at least half full each time. And you can take a couple of passengers back, and that's that. There you go. So hopefully this will be a nice profitable building as well that we can pick up at some point. So, right, how are you guys doing up here anyway? Pretty good. 11 trains we're up to now. How are the original 2? Are they still neck and neck? They are still just crossing paths each time. I'm surprised neither of them are broken down yet. They've only got 20 years. We do have this little network here, so we've already got part of our network between the two made, but we are going to need to think about taking one from one to the other at some point soon. And usually starting at Halifax, oh that's nice, all the dings, ding 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 ding. Halifax with a load of passengers is the way to go. Then again, you can do the same at Vancouver, but look at this, you know, it's a bit of a tricky one. Oof. And now that's in the way as well. Don't remember seeing that before. Yeah. I want to give myself at least 10 years to achieve that, I'd say. So I would say we go for another 3 years of just pure unaimed growth. That's the way I would describe it. There's no particular direction we're going in. That's not so good, but we're going to go this way. So that's fine. Plus we're going to use an Iron Duke anyway for the trains that go from one to the other. Right, how are you doing? You're obviously going to go back much quicker than they're going to get across. So I think this is fine. I do wonder though if maybe I should build one more pulp factory, as it were. So if I stop you for a little while, maybe just a couple of months. Yeah, you'll have plenty of pulpwood to get through. Got all the paper here. I might even switch this out for 3 paper. Alright, we've now got the 280 consolidation, which is relatively cheap-ish to run, but quite reliable. Pretty good train, that is. How does it compare to the Iron Duke, speed-wise? Performs better on gradients. That's going to be the train to get us across, because it's less likely to break down. It's also much cheaper in that sense. Maybe I should change all my Iron Dukes to the consolidation, actually. It's not a bad way to go, is it? Oh, you're just making it now. Very good. Yeah, and there's a customs. Okay, yeah, obviously there is. Let's go ahead and quickly build that then. Marvellous. Right, if they're supplied with something, then they might still be profitable eventually. I just realised you need to get moving. Alright, good. Off you go. Pulpwood is frickin' raking it in at that distance. This is finally profitable, apparently. This is lucrative. You do not often see cattle farms being very lucrative, so that is really nice. And that's really starting to add up. Okay, lovely. And these will start to switch from poor to... I mean, they're all over the place because it takes from one but not the other, if that makes sense. So we've got 5 of them here. I actually wonder if this is... if we're taking enough logs. We may need to add a second train. Because I don't think this can do 2 trips a year. We could go for 2 slower services. Oh, here we go. The rapid expansion of your railway has caused you to outstrip the production of your supplier of sleepers rail ties. Rail ties. That's what sleepers are. You can take some substandard sleepers and keep your construction at peak speed, or you can slow down your construction speed by 30% and maintain your construction standards. I guess we'll have to slow down. I mean, that's obviously what they would do, but nah, I'm gonna slow down. So does that basically mean it costs a lot more, essentially? Yeah, that's fine. We can afford it. I know what's going to happen. It's going to result in crashes or a big overhaul that we have to pay. It's just not worth it, is it? You are... oh, okay. I hate to say it, we're going to have to put a roundhouse in between, even though it's not the optimal place for it. Also, I need to build this as well, I think. Yeah, because you're about to run out of water and stuff and everything, and you need water and sanding as well. Good lord, what am I doing? Right, let's get some infrastructure going here, okay? There we go. Right. Fantastic. Much better, much better. And I might even throw in a few of those here. There we go. So yeah, we can actually go from Halifax to Fredville, or wherever this is called. Frederiction. I was going to say Frediction. Is that like a prediction, but Fred's made it? Or something. I don't know. Down here to Quebec, across here to North Bay. Yeah, I'm seeing where this can go, but I still need to expand it out and be more profitable. That is absolutely the priority here. Okay, the port here is finally lucrative. Gonna pick that up. Everything up here, all the dings are coming in. This is good, and I think I'm going to pick up all the logging camps because they are, I think, 4 out of 5 of them were in that lucrative range. We don't have enough money. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. There we go. Oh, look at this. You've been contacted by James Hill. He can get authorization for you to build into the northern US for $300,000. Yeah, I'll do it. Right, we've got full rights because, I mean, this is just ripe for plucking. I mean, it might, maybe we don't use it, but I think I probably will at least use down here. I mean, that would have been a really good combination. But maybe we just get even just a passenger service just to make some easy cash between these two. That's a shame. That actually would have been really good dolled up to Thunder Bay. Ugh. Bit annoyed by that, although we could still play around with this. Not to mention we've got iron here. Hello. Yeah, we could still make this work. Take the iron over here to make steel. Steel can then go up to, there we go, Armstrong to make goods. Thunderbolt Cannonball. Yeah, sure. Alright, sorry, I'm too focused. I'm too focused right now. There's so many things we could do. Okay, so I've just thought about building from Quebec to Montreal, I think it is. A group of concerned Quebec citizens have banded together to organise support for your effort in the province. They need 200,000 to organise rallies and produce information pamphlets. This will lower the cost of track building by 20% in the province for at least the next 12 months. Given the increasing costs that we've had recently, bloody hell, they've managed to reflect the whole issue of actually building the infrastructure quite well, or at least, you know, to some extent here. Yeah, I'll give them that. I'll give them that. And what we'll do is we'll actually build the station first, and then we'll try and build our rail across, so we've got part of our future rail built, although we will have to maintain it is the only problem. Gonna build this here. Lovely. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to get a bunch more money from, as well as stuff coming in, but from actually businesses that we own. So let's do a little quick count now that it's the end of 1879. So 1980, here's where we stand. The company revenue 1.3 million. Profit was down massively. Why? Why was it down so much? I don't understand. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe it's just factoring in some other stuff. Yes, we'll build that here. We only need a short one. It's just going to be one consolidation train going back and forth with lots of passengers. That should make us pretty good, but if I just waited a bit longer, we could have had a steel railway bridge. I'm a bit bitter on that, to be honest with you. A little bit bitter. We should also probably have a quick look at our balance sheet. Right now, we are at 9 million in equity, so we're easily on pace for silver, but after all the talk I was given about how much I love this game mode, I need to actually sort of... Oh, hang on. I need to do much better. Bit of a steep one there, 3%, but it will have to do. So, here we go. This is pretty straightforward. 2 passenger, 1 mail. And I think we'll do the same at Quebec as well. Yes, that's fine. And that's it. We'll put this in one of them and we're off. Lovely. Right. And remember, we still have... This all still goes on the book value. Ooh! Train 11. Yes. Build another one. We can't because we haven't... Always happens when you don't have cash, doesn't it? That is the paper train, which is fine. We can easily replace that, so... That is our first crash, I think, of the playthrough. So, here we go. We do have the money. Oh, for goodness sake. Right there. Stop it. Right, there we go. No! What are you doing? I just did... Thunder Bay. Take passengers. That was it. Yes, that was what it was. And then to Port Marie. Yeah, you know what? We won't do that, actually. No. We'll just go 2 passengers. Done. Lovely. Right. Okay. At least that crisis has been averted. It's why it is important to monitor the safety standards of your rail network, for sure. Let's actually sort of... No, let's not do that. Got some produce here. Just want to sort of double it up a bit more. Right, so 12 months, you say. We want to try and get the rail sort of across. This territory goes quite far. So I think I might try and build it out from here. Go across that bit there. Up through here. That's a bit awful, isn't it? Might have to come through Quebec, actually. Oh, some of this is just ghastly. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the play. Yeah, all right, lovely. We'll wait for that to come through. Yeah, just it means we can get a discount on it, then build up across. That's what all the money's going to go towards, is building out the network for a little bit now. So there we go. If we can at least do this, that's something. It's not gone to total waste then, the money. And we really can't afford anything, can we? Love to do this, but I just want this bit, if possible. What I'm going to do is build out 1, but that'll mess up the lay of the land. There we go. Right, this will get us some good money. Profits are back up again. Whatever. Right. No, what did... No. See, you have to make sure that initial connection is in the right spot. So there it is. Ooh. Now, if we're only going one way, and at the moment I'm leaning towards going down this way, that's fine. We can totally do this. This is okay. There's no reason why we can't do this. Like I say, one way. Well, I have the cheaper costs, but however, that is a problem. So, scratch that. Yeah, let's do it like this, maybe. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's all horrible. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do this 4% one that we're looking at here. I'll investigate the 4%. Lovely, and that pretty much goes up right to the border of this province of Quebec. So we've maximised our usage of this, unless of course we want to build some more infrastructure. Okay, we are going to start on our next leg of growth here, and that is going to be slapping a Vulcan over here and going big time on the logs over here. We're not even going to give you a caboose back, and you're going to be... Are you going to be a low priority train? I don't know. I am tempted to make you a better quality train. Your chance of breaking down is quite short and small anyway. And then from here, I don't have money. Well, screw you. You don't have money. Right, let's just want to just sort of get an idea, make sure that this is all flat. Oh, we have messed it up. I thought there was room. Oh, that's horrible. Alright, maybe we take him down to Regina. Perhaps that's what we do instead. Yeah. And you know what? We've got... unfortunately, we have multiple... I don't like having multiple cattle here, because that's not going to be profitable. But the train services will be profitable, which is probably good enough. So we can probably buy the cattle farm, and then that's it. Take the lumber over. Lumber, cattle, food passengers back. That's, I think, the way we're going to play this one out. So, you know, let's say we take it. Probably just a medium station's enough. Yeah, there we go. No, we need to make sure we have all the... yeah, that's the only way we can do this. If we want to save the 100,000, which I do. There we go. Make sure that's all good. And let's take an 8-wheeler, because they're the most cost efficient, I would say. We go with 3 lumber, 2 cattle. Over here, we go passenger, 2 food. Oh, sorry, yep, that's all we need. Done. Lovely. Builds it out. This will give us a bit more cash. Okay, we have now finally connected to Halifax, I believe. Yes, we have. It did look a bit iffy there. So we might as well start on getting some trains over. We want to try and make the connection as soon as possible. We are going to use this stretch of track here as well for it. Yeah, and then we'll carry on from here, probably. Yeah, almost certainly. There we go, free truck Shay. Do you know what, I've kind of just seen the time of this video, and I think I'm going to have to make this a 2-parter. This is a very long scenario, so I am actually gonna, like, there's still plenty more to do. It covers 30 odd years, so yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this so far. We've got a lot more to do. We have got, let's take stock right now as to sort of our progress. Just under 12 million in book value. We need to get that to 50, and then we need to haul 6 carriages. Yeah, 6 loads of cargo to Vancouver, which we still need to make the connection to, but we can start it by taking it to a waypoint just here. We've now got a full connection all the way across. So if we can start through, maybe I want to do up to 4 trains probably across there. So either we do the Iron Duke, or we'll do the consolidation because it's got much better gradient handling. So we're going to need that potentially for the final part. So that looks quite good. All right. That is it then. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I shall see you all next time.